Hello and welcome back to Talk Tutor, your trusted source of English language learning.
Rhetorical questions. In this video, we will learn about rhetorical questions. A rhetorical question is a question that doesn't require an answer. The answer may either be obvious or the question may not have an answer. We use these types of questions to make a point or to create dramatic effect. It's also a language technique used in persuasive writing to draw attention and to engage the reader. We commonly use them in spoken English too. They're often effective in presentations when you want to catch the audience's attention and to make them think. For example, if you haven't been working hard in class, your teacher might say, "Do you want to fail your exams?" The answer is obviously no. However, the question will make you realize the consequence if you continue to not work hard. Another example is, if you're late to an event and someone says, "What time do you call this?" This is a rhetorical question because the person doesn't want you to answer the question. Rather, the person wants you to realize that you shouldn't have arrived late. So in the first example, the answer is obvious. In the second example, you don't need to answer the question. Now let's work through some examples. Try to identify the rhetorical questions. Zara: I rang you last night. Why didn't you pick up the phone? Katie: Sorry, I accidentally dropped my phone in the swimming pool. Zara: Are you serious? You'll have to buy a new one soon then. The rhetorical question here is when Zara says, "Are you serious?" The reason this is a rhetorical question is because she doesn't expect Katie to reply to it. She knows that Katie is being serious. Rather, she uses this rhetorical question to emphasize how surprised she is. Now let's work through another example and see if you can identify the rhetorical question. Sanya stared at the television in excitement as the advertisement for the new game console appeared. "Mum, please can we buy the new game console?" she asked eagerly. Sanya's mum peered over from the book she was reading. Disbelief struck her face as she saw the price of the game console. "Do you think that money grows on trees?" she said. The rhetorical question here is when Mum says, "Do you think that money grows on trees?" This is a rhetorical question because she doesn't expect Sanya to reply to this. Rather, she uses the rhetorical question to make Sanya think about where money comes from and how it's earned, as the new game console may be expensive. So essentially, she's emphasizing that money doesn't come freely, therefore it should be spent wisely. Now let's look at the last example. See if you can identify the rhetorical question. "Take some more tea," the March Hare said to Alice very earnestly. "I've had nothing yet," Alice replied in an offended tone. "So I can't take more." "You mean you can't take less," said the Hatter. "It's very easy to take more than nothing." "Nobody asked your opinion," said Alice. "Who's making personal remarks now?" the Hatter asked triumphantly. The rhetorical question here is when the Mad Hatter says, "Who's making personal remarks now?" This is a rhetorical question because he isn't expecting Alice to answer the question. Rather, it indicates that Alice is the one who's being rude now. Therefore, this rhetorical question will make her think about her actions rather than thinking about an answer. Here are some examples of common rhetorical questions used in speech. Are you crazy? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Can't you do anything right? Do birds fly? Does it look like I care? How many times do I have to tell you not to do that? Is rain wet? Is the sky blue? What time do you call this? What's not to like? Who cares? Why bother? Why not? What's the meaning of life? Why does this always happen to me?